It is Saturday, September 16th, and I'm at the corner of the Maisonneuve Boulevard and Grâce Boulevard. And as you can see, we have cyclists going through, cars going through. There's a bit of an issue with cars not stopping properly here. In fact, some minutes ago, I was crossing here when a white car didn't even slow down, just went straight through. I was closer to this side of the street than the other side of the street, but nevertheless, this white car sailed right through. Didn't barely slow down enough to turn the corner, but essentially it didn't slow down at all. Like, see, this is there we go. See, they sort of slowed down a bit and then they sped up. And this happens a lot, and I have brought this to the attention of the city manager of Côte-des-Neiges, Notre-Dame de Grâce Borough, Mr. Stéphane Plante, and I've raised my concern with him. And I have repeatedly asked that better markings be placed here. I have suggested putting in a speed bump at the corner. He said this could not be done. It was not legal to do so. I suggested narrowing the street at the corner, and again I was told that this cannot be done. But another thing that I suggested is putting in the sort of zebra stripe type of pedestrian crossing markings, you know, which they have up at the corner of Sherbrooke and Grâce Boulevard. So I don't see why they can't have them down here. These they'd be much more visible. So that would help in terms of perhaps persuading cars to slow down. But that didn't happen. And you know, now it's mid-September. It's a bit late in the year to be painting the traffic markings. But I noticed just now that the line marking the bike lane has been recently repainted from the look of things. It's quite white. Even that arrow there seems to have been repainted. And you can see, though, the bicycle markings faded. The triangle is also faded. Those have not been repainted. But the white line and the arrow here look like they've been recently repainted, whereas the pedestrian markings have not been. You know, they probably did repaint this as it is now in the spring, but I just don't think it's adequate for the situation where we have cars essentially, not all of them, some come to full stop, very few come to full stop. Most do what's called a Montreal stop, where they slow down, they look around, and then they continue on their way. But a certain percentage of cars just sail right through, or slow down a little bit and then keep going. Like, there's somebody coming up pretty quickly here. Okay, so so that's a typical Montreal stop, and they can see I'm filming. So if I hadn't been filming, they hadn't seen me filming, they might not have slowed down. So my issue right now is that I asked for zebra stripe type markings to be put in here before the spring repainting, and it didn't happen. Meanwhile, the bike lane lines have been repainted to make things a bit safer for cyclists. So what's the story here? Why is it that the bike lane gets priority over pedestrians' safety? And Valérie Plante and Projet Montréal are repeatedly criticized for favoring bike lanes over cars and even pedestrians. And to me, the fact that this has been repainted recently from the look of things, and this hasn't, is a clear indication to me that, well, maybe those criticisms have some validity. Maybe Valérie Plante and Projet Montréal do favor bikes over both cars and pedestrians. And the interesting thing too is, when I noticed this earlier, when I had that little incident, as I said, within the last hour or so, I was walking up Grand. I was going to do some banking, and as I got to the top of Grand Boulevard, I saw a cyclist going along Sherbrooke Street from east to west, and it looked like Peter McQueen. So I thought, well, so I said, "Hey Peter, I got a question for you right now." In other words, indicating to him that, I wanted to talk to him on the spot. He totally ignored me. He saw me, he looked at me, he knew who it was, and he just kept going. No effort to find out what my question was. He didn't even say, "Look, I'm busy right now, send me an email." He just totally ignored me and kept going. So I think enough's enough. We're gonna do something about this by raising some more questions at City Council. And I'm certainly going to be sending Peter McQueen an email, not only about this situation, but quite frankly his shunning behavior, which has been going on for quite some time now. That's it for now.